So now we're going to talk about what it is like to have an unseen illness. We're going to start this section off with a poem for invisible women by Toni Blackman. I am an invisible woman. Not because people refuse to see me. They know I am here. But it is as if my pain detracts from my existence. My presence, too often mistaken for absence. I am an invisible woman. So now we're going to look at a series of images that were created for a senior AP art concentration by Megan Hoffmeister Clifford to show what living with fibromyalgia feels like. So this image shows the fatigue, the social isolation, pain, the fog. This is what aphasia feels like. So, the text on this image is actually a poem called Invictus. It was actually Representative John Lewis's favorite poems. It's also pretty popular in the differently abled community when it comes to taking the idea of taking control of your narrative again. The line that most people remember from this poem is, I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. So this poem, the full version of it, if you do want to read it, should be linked in Google Classroom under this section in classwork. The feeling like you're drowning. I would highly encourage you to pause the video here and just read all the words overlaid. I tear up nearly every time I do. And then I literally have no words looking at this one. Every single time I'm speechless. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at something called spoon theory. So spoon theory is something that was created by a lupus sufferer named Christine Miserandino in 2003 while she was out with her lunch with a friend who asked her what it was like to live with lupus. Her completely normal response, the thing we all would have done in this situation, was to run around the restaurant and grab 12 spoons from unoccupied tables and hand them to her friend, and ask the friend to describe a typical day. Every time the friend mentioned activities such as getting up, getting dressed, taking a shower, or preparing meals, she would have a spoon taken from her. The spoons are a metaphor for the limited capacity of activities that invisible illness sufferers can handle during their day. Miserandino added that while it is possible to use more than 12 spoons in any day, any extra spoons used would be deducted from the following day's quota. The friend eventually became emotional at seeing her everyday pain described so acutely as the reality of the situation sunk in. Ever since, spoon theory has been used as a guide for unseen illness sufferers to explain to others how difficult it is for them to complete tasks that would seem routine to most people, and how important it is to use spoons sensibly just to get through the day. So this spoon theory is basically a way for people to understand how the fatigue really is living with an invisible illness. So we're going to run through a typical day. So you wake up, 12 spoons. All right, let's get this day going. So I get out of bed. Oh, I'm already down to 11. All right, let me take a shower. I want to get my head in the right space for the day. All right, 10 spoons. Oh, I've got to get dressed. I can't go out into the world naked. That's not socially acceptable. Well, now you're down to 9. You can, to make breakfast and eat it. Well, now that you're about to go to work or school, you have 7 spoons. Getting to and from work or school, that takes 3 spoons. And then completing the tasks you have during the day, that's 3 spoons. This does not include homework. So if you're going to work with 7 spoons and you're using the 6 at work, when you get home, you only have 1. So you can do any one of those things. But then think about a student. We still have to do homework. I personally have to lay down for at least an hour just to be able to do my homework when I get home, to get enough energy to actually do my homework, let alone like eat or socialize with my friends or have fun. You could try and do more than one thing when you get home to get your homework done, but you'll be taking from the following day's quota. This is an everyday dilemma for people who suffer from chronic illnesses, including myself. So now that you've seen a typical day through Spoon Theory, I want you to go to the Kahoot I've assigned under this section in classwork and complete it. Enjoy all the wonderful stock photos I chose. They have nothing to do with the content, but I figured you might need a laugh after this depressing PowerPoint. And after that, you just have the conclusion video, and you are almost finished.